Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. Oh my gosh, people, I am struggling. I have a ton of lesson plans due in the morning. I've gotten a very late start, and largely because I'm so fear-based, dare I say terrified of failing. And it's so sad because I'm generally more successful than most people in life. I'm just more successful. I am able to learn. I'm a competent speaker. I'm just really fortunate that I know how to manage information in life. But I've been so abused in the past by administrators. And this is a new set of administrators, and the expectations are very high that I'm scared to death I'm going to fail. And so I'm literally anxiety, sick to my stomach. Please don't come in my room. Just spastic. And it's really tragic. It's really tragic. And I'm doing my affirmations. I'm trying to trust God, but I am struggling. I really am. So I think with God trying to speak to me through different means and me actually getting it, two things came to me today that were based on fear. And I just wanted to share them. So I know, look at this hair. First of all, I'm very orange. Let's just go there. I needed some energy, so I'm very orange. And then my hair, it's so windy up here in the high desert that my hair is just crazy. Sina, be fair. Mama's doing her video. Be fair, please. She's super, what are those people that are just really affected by energy? Any excitement freaks her out. If it's laughter, if it's joy, if it's fear, if it's arguing, she's just hyper intuitive. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a dog. But it's still true. Anyway, so this one is from Brooke Castillo of the Life Coach School, the founder of the Life Coach School. And it says, when you are terrified, try not to stop being terrified. I watch my students make this mistake all the time. They don't want to be terrified, so they resist it, ignore it, avoid it. But the secret is to just feel it, allow it, accept it. Be afraid for a second. Let it sink in. Breathe it in. What you will realize is that it's not that big of a deal. It makes your heart race and your breath shallow. That's really it. It can't harm you if you really feel it. Let yourself be fully terrified for as long as you can. Do what you want to do, even when it scares you. Learn that fear is not an obstacle to accomplishment. Feel it, and then let it go. Gently, easily, effortlessly. Would that it be true. I will read that a few times for sure, because I get so tripped out just within myself. It's not stuff I just reveal. You're my public. You're my Jules Blessed Vegan group. I can talk to you. But in general, people will say, God, you were so calm. Gee, you seem so handled. My gosh, doesn't anything get to you? And inside, I'm just please, God, right? Hold on a sec. Sorry, I just have to keep stopping to blow my nose. I'm going crazy. Anyway, I will include that in the description of this video. And then this other one, I always talk about the daily self-help books that I read, and I have a variety, but one of my favorites is For Today by Overeaters Anonymous. And even though this is going to reference the program as Overeaters Anonymous, you can certainly think of whatever it is that supports you. Maybe you're doing the Tanny Raw Reset, which people can find on any social media platform. Information about that. Or maybe you're involved in some other 12-step program, or maybe you just have a group of friends. Maybe you do Weight Watchers. I don't know what you do, but don't be concerned that it says Overeaters Anonymous. You can fill in the blanks for how it applies to you. So this one was actually from today, September 15th, and I'm going to include it as the icon for the video. And it always starts with a quote, and the quote reads, "He that will not sail until all dangers are over will never put to sea." And that's by Thomas Fuller. He that will not sail until all dangers are over will never put to sea. So true. And my gosh, even if you do dare to get on the sea, anything can arise, right? That's part of the excitement of it. I was a sailor my whole life. My father had a gigantic boat all of our life, and I even fell off the boat when I was 2. My brother Richard pushed me off the boat, and I lost my brand new shoe, and my parents had to jump in. And when, of course, when they both jumped in to get me, the kids went, Dad, the boat's still going, and they had to pull it together and turn the boat around. Incredible. But anyway, many adventures at sea. Another time when I was like 7, we were coming back from Catalina and ran out of gas, and when we called for the harbor patrol, they said they couldn't help us until we hit the rocks. We were coming up on the jetty and we were going to hit the rocks, and they said they had to wait till we hit the rocks. Hello, try being proactive, right? Luckily, a couple heard us and our plea on the radio and brought us gas, but we had on our life jackets, our tennis shoes. We were ready to jump. It was really scary. I can't count the number of times when weather would just suddenly change, either from dead calm when we had fantastic wind to insane wind and rain, and wearing our foul weather gear and freezing to death with, the rain just coming at us and not even getting our breath in between the waves lapping the boat. So you never know what's coming. But still, if you're so afraid of the danger, you will never set to sail. So then there's always an actual reading, and here it is. Fear keeps me from reaching out. There's always the danger of being rejected, and until such dangers are over, I can't risk it. So that's just that insecure person talking. And then it says, it is easy to think the world has rejected me. But as I look at past experience with the honesty this program teaches, and again, that's like any communication you have with honest people who call you on your stuff, right? I see that it's the other way around. It is I who does the rejecting. In subtle ways, to be sure, but it is rejection nonetheless. My disease, dis-ease with my food, right? My dis-ease is one of isolation, and closeness is the risk most feared. I mean, like whenever I'm binging, right, in my car, I don't want anyone to know me. I don't want anyone to see me. Any time that I'm eating something that I don't feel I should, or eating too much of something, I want to hide. I remember my brothers and sisters used to tease me because when I'd have a sandwich, I'd put both hands on it. And they were like, what are you afraid of, Juliana? No one's going to steal your sandwich. And I don't think it really had to do with anything to do with how many people we had in our family, or being food deprived in any way. Being the youngest of 13. But whatever it was, they would tease me for things like that. And I don't know. So my disease is one of isolation, man. I just agree. I agree. Turning off the ringer on the phone and not wanting to talk to anybody for the entire weekend. I mean, now that I'm married, I can't hide, but I did hide for years. I really did. I'm going to get through this. Oh my Lord. I'm going to keep pausing, keep getting Kleenex, and I'm going to make it through this video. Oh my gosh, I never expected this. I know I joke about having allergies or how this affects me, but this is real. This is real. Okay. So then it goes on to say, today, with the support of my fellow OAs, and again, I mean, I get so much benefit from the support of a 12-step program, but you may just have a social media group that you're part of. Certainly, the Tanny Raw Reset, which I'm actively doing right now, is such a supportive group. But there's so many, right? You can even make your own on Facebook. It's so easy to create a support group. So anyway, today with the support of my fellow OAs, I do not need guarantees that I will be accepted every time I reach out. I just go ahead and do it. I think if you kind of live from a perspective of that you're getting your needs met, you're doing what you need, what works for you, instead of wondering what other people are going to think or how other people will respond, you'll dare to take the risk to reach out. So then it always ends with kind of a goal or, the takeaway. And it says, for today, I'm ready to walk toward the world, to risk becoming part of it. I fight within myself a lot with these videos. I mean, especially like the other day when I ate off my program. All of a sudden, that isolating, disease-driven individual that's within me starts saying, well, screw them. We don't need them. Why are we answering to them anyway? I mean, why are you doing those videos? Who cares what they think? Let's not make any more. So what? It could just be us. Just me and my sick self, right? Me, myself, and I, all three of us, sick, binging, and isolating. Yeah, that's a no. But that temptation and that little voice is there all the time. Oh my gosh. Okay, one last pause. Thank you. Let me read this in its entirety one time. He that will not sail until all dangers are over will never put to sea. Thomas Fuller. Fear keeps me from reaching out. There's always the danger of being rejected, and until such dangers are over, I can't risk it. It's easy to think the world has rejected me, but as I look at past experience with the honesty this program teaches, I see that it's the other way around. It is I who does the rejecting, in subtle ways to be sure, but it is rejection nonetheless. My disease is one of isolation, and closeness is the risk most feared. Today, with the support of my fellow OAs, I do not need guarantees that I will be accepted every time I reach out. I just go ahead and do it. For today, I am ready to walk toward the world, to risk becoming part of it. What do you think, people? Do you isolate? Are you afraid to take that risk? Oh my gosh. I have to just trust that these administrators will love what I have to offer and accept me as I am. But I have so much past abuse in my head from other administrators that I'm just in fear. You know, I don't ask that much of life. I don't mind being alone, but I can be alone to a fault, right? And I have to make sure that when I'm choosing to be alone, it's for the quietness of, solitary time, for personal growth, and not because I'm afraid or avoiding people like the plague. And I was listening to Tanny Raw, and again, she's a social media phenom for raw vegan and all health on every media platform. But she was doing this talk, and she said that this woman that she was talking to, incidentally, like this lady wasn't even supposed to call, and by chance dialed her. It was that kind of thing. And Tanny was like, oh, well, you're kind of confused about why you are calling me. I think it's because blah, blah, blah. And then Tanny said, but I didn't get back to you because I'm not sure how I'm going to act on the situation. And this lady just out of nowhere said, well, when you're not sure how to act, just be still and listen. Be still and listen. And I was thinking, you know what, that's one of my favorite. And in fact, it's on my journal. It's on my journal right here. It says, be still. And it comes from the Bible verse, be still and know that I am God. And if you really want to hear God, you kind of have to sit in the silence of your soul. And in our stillness, sometimes we get the exact answer that we want. So when she said that, I was like, right on. And in that kind of stillness, to be still and know that I am God and to sit with yourself is not the same as isolating. But the grace is in being able to see the difference. So, okay, my friends, tell me what you're thinking of either of those, either Brooke Castillo, the Life Coach School. Again, I'll post that up in the description of this, or that reading from Just for Today by Overeaters Anonymous, which I will use as the icon for this video. And like if you like, subscribe if you haven't, and best of all, know that I pray for you and that you're blessed.